Skoda has taken the Enyaq to the beauty parlor and now takes its performance further with the enhanced RS model. What has changed, what's new, and how it drives, all of that and more is exactly what you'll discover today in this video. Of course, the most noticeable change is the redesigned front. Yes, here with this tech deck element, which is essentially a running light that's seamlessly integrated across the entire width. The grille here is illuminated up to this point, and it's paired with a black Skoda emblem. Compared to the standard Sport line, which already looks quite striking, we've incorporated a few additional subtle changes here. There's this trim piece right here. Yes, it's stuck on, but it extends a bit further towards the center, gradually moving in the direction of the license plate. It makes it look a bit more sporty. What I really like is the design right here of the front grille. It's not just straight, but rather arranged a little bit against each other. I think it looks really fresh. And what also gives off a super fresh vibe is the lacquer finish here. There's a generous amount of lacquered surface in the car's color. Yes, if you're curious to know which one it is, it's called Mamba Green. Mamba Green, and it has a usage rate of over 15% across these RS models specifically. So there, the RS driver is proudly showing off, hey everyone, take a closer look here. I've got these standard 20-inch lightweight alloy wheels right here in this sleek design. Draconis Androzita wheel, black aero elements. Yeah, a hefty tire with a bold and sporty design style. Whoever says, hey, I'd like it more sporty, goes for the design vision. Then the surfaces here are also high gloss turned. You've got that green stripe integrated once again in these aero elements. Looks really nice. And for a small additional charge, you can also choose to upgrade to the Sport version. Order tires to really take those corners with speed. If you want to drive fast around curves, you of course need the right suspension, and he has it as standard. He sits 15 millimeters closer to the asphalt at the front axle and 10 millimeters closer at the rear axle. However, if you have the electronic DCC suspension on board, he always stays at the standard height, ensuring a smooth and controlled ride in all conditions, all in pursuit of the perfect drive. Yeah, and that's exactly what we have on board here, so you won't notice any major difference in this case. This basic element is something all Enyaqs have. What they don't have is the RS badge, right? And to create a nice contrast and ensure everything matches perfectly, we've included mirror caps that are finished in a sleek, glossy black paint. There are many options you can't even choose in the configurator for the RS model, and that's precisely why they are always included as standard features here. The LED matrix headlights, which are seamlessly integrated directly below the tech deck front section. Yes, and here these two lenses, they dynamically adjust to dim or brighten the traffic as needed. It retains the familiar RS rear bumper design, complete with the black glossy painted diffuser and the continuous reflector strip. Of course, we also have a black Skoda lettering, which, as you know, doesn't actually exist. That's an RS badge that they removed. Yeah, and what I don't get is there are so many cool black gimmicks and subtle details. Why on earth is the rear spoiler still textured with those black ribs? Dear Skoda, guys and gals, it really should be finished in high gloss black to perfectly match the other parts. Good news for everyone who tows trailers and needs trailer load capacity. It was previously at 1.4 tons. Starting from calendar week 45, it increases to 1.8 tons for all Enyaq models. At least that is if you have the all-wheel drive on board. Yeah, that's a really awesome feature. It genuinely enables you to haul large trailers these days, even heavy-duty caravans without any issues. Welcome to the interior of the updated RS model. Indeed, here we've got the Design Selection RS Lounge trim, highlighting its premium and refined features. Yes, and most of you are already familiar with this. This is the version that highlights the microfiber upholstery on the dashboard, complete with the decorative stitching that's also incorporated into the steering wheel design. Of course, you'll now notice the Škoda logo prominently placed on the airbag cover. Otherwise, there's a lot that feels familiar and recognizable, but what's truly new and stands out here is the sweet trim line option available. With that, you no longer get those overly flashy colors, but it's a bit more subdued and refined. We no longer have the microfiber on the door panels, we no longer have it on the seats, but instead we essentially have a full leather interior, which by the way is actually a synthetic leather interior. We have this on board, and what's completely new is that starting from calendar week 35, the models rolling off the production line will come standard with this suite configuration with the full leather interior, perforated seat center sections and seat ventilation. But no matter which upholstery you choose, this seat here is still state-of-the-art with these beautiful seat bolsters and the integrated headrests. The only thing I personally don't like about our vehicle here, I'll just go ahead and point it out right now for everyone's clarity. This is a pre-production vehicle, and here's the bead guide along the seat bolster edge. Škoda definitely needs to make some slight adjustments here, as this really doesn't align with the premium, high-quality impression that the entire interior here gives off. Otherwise, not much has really changed in the interior. We still have the 13-inch display here standing upright, of course with the illuminated slider, but it now only controls volume up and down. All the other functions have now been moved down here. Yes, we have the small digital tachometer here with its 8-inch display, which is included as standard at the front. That's the head-up display, the AR display. It's truly fantastic. It's an absolute blast to drive and super enjoyable to listen to as well. The standard Harman Kardon sound system. If you've driven an Enyaq RS up until now, there's really no reason to feel concerned. You're not missing out on anything inside the cabin here at all. Except maybe this speed warning here, which is signaling that I'm currently driving just a bit too fast. But you can also turn that off here using the shortcut. So what's changed? Not really much, actually. The engine power remained unchanged at 250 kilowatts, meaning 340 horsepower. Still the front motor, still the rear motor. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Nothing else has changed in that entire setup at all, truthfully. What's really cool is the DCC suspension system. It makes the ride super smooth and comfortable here. Can I just glide over these rough roads like this? But if I want a more sporty driving experience, I can easily switch to sport mode here. Yes, and it really handles the corners with brisk precision. You can notice how the steering tightens up a bit here for better control. You can feel the chassis becoming stiffer and more rigid, which is great. What I don't really like though is when I brake here, the brake pedal travel feels way too long for my liking, almost like it's not responsive enough. So you really have to press down almost half a meter before you even hit a braking point, and I'm not too fond of that. I'm gonna try it again now in mode B with recuperation to see if it's better. It's a little bit better, but it's still not really sporty, so the brakes definitely don't give off that sporty feel. And here we go. The acceleration is top-notch. It pulls off smoothly and without any hesitation at all. You don't experience any traction issues whatsoever thanks to the 20-inch wheels and those wide tires. It just sits really well. We're going to take the corner a bit faster this time around. Yeah, and thanks to our low battery and low center of gravity, this thing sits here like a solid, stable board, no doubt about it. You can see it here. I can really drive into the driveway quite quickly, and we should also mention we're definitely not the lightest ones here on the road court, that's for sure, and no doubt about it. 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds. The coupe does it a little faster, specifically in 5.4 seconds. That's simply because the coupe is a bit more aerodynamic, which is why the acceleration is slightly better, and the range is also a little bit improved compared to the other models' overall performance and efficiency. But it's really mostly tied to your driving style, because if I step on the gas hard here and fully exploit my 680 Newton meters of torque, then my battery level takes a noticeable and significant dive as a direct, immediate and unavoidable consequence. Yeah, battery is absolutely the key word here. So what's on board? We've got an 84 kilowatt hour battery installed with a usable capacity of 79 kilowatt hours powering this whole setup. That's a total of 2 extra kilowatt hours of power you now have on board with the latest upgraded and improved battery pack system. Yes, and what's truly exciting, that's the charging power, because it now increases up to a remarkable 185 kilowatts right here on board. With that capability, you can charge up your battery from 10 to 80% in just 26 minutes when the conditions are perfectly optimal. Yes, he was capable of doing that before, but it took him an extra 2 minutes. Now we're even getting 2 more kilowatts in, so it's definitely an improvement. But for me, it wouldn't be a significant enough improvement to just say, I'm switching completely to the new model now. The all-wheel drive is of course standard on the RS model here. We've got the front electric motor and we've also got the rear electric motor. Yes, and overall we have our 250 kilowatts. The rear motor alone already delivers a solid 210 kilowatts of power output here. A highlight, definitely the current stage of the travel assist. It's just super easy to operate here with the lever on the lower left, making it really convenient and intuitive for the driver. It keeps me really well in the lane. So, and what else is completely new here? We've got the lane change assistant, so I just give it a quick tap and it checks if there's no one approaching from behind. It then changes lanes for me, confirms the lane change for me. So that's definitely a feature you should treat yourself to in everyday life, the travel assist. Above all, if you're driving a lot on the highway, it's something that absolutely has to be on board. Despite the sporty seat design, you sit incredibly comfortably in here, no doubt about it. You can adjust them electrically however you like. So you also have everything in clear view here, which I really like. This is the acoustic glazing, and it truly does an excellent job of keeping the noise from outside very, very far away from you. To be fair, it really must be acknowledged that the asphalt here on this particular stretch of highway is extremely rough. It really makes a lot of noise. I'm just going to switch lanes now. It doesn't really get any better over there. But as for things like wind noise, you can hardly hear anything here at all. Most of what's now entering the interior, you can hear it directly with the change in road surface. It's really just the rolling noise of the tires. They can't do anything about it if the asphalt is terrible. What's the maximum speed we can reach? Still 180 kilometers per hour, but it's reached pretty quickly. Just tap the gas pedal here once and bam, you've already hit the speed limit. It's almost instant, no time to ease into it. Right now, even at 170, there's a bit of wind noise, but guys, I'm driving 175 here, and honestly, it's completely fine and manageable. Now we've hit the top speed, 180, and he's even pushing it to 181. And I think I don't even have to yell here. You can probably still hear me, understand me just fine, so works for me. At least 58,160 euros. That's what Skoda wants for the new Enyaq RS. A lot of money, a lot of checkboxes you can't tick anymore. If you still tick a few, it comes out to around 63,800 euros. Ours isn't quite that expensive because it's missing the trailer hitch and the panoramic roof, and that's why it only comes to 61,800 euros. Still, a heap of cash for a really cool, stylish and high-tech ride like this. Solid car with impressive performance, a top-notch chassis, excellent driver assistance systems, and of course, truly strong charging capabilities as well. Yes, I say thank you for watching, and I'd be thrilled if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and just tuned in again for the next exciting episode coming your way very soon. I say thank you, ciao, and goodbye for now, and Jack, take care.